February 2015, Kansas City, Missouri. A 27-year-old woman named Janina Vasquez, known to her loved ones as Nina, leaves home one cold winter night, telling her mother she's spending time with friends. Surveillance cameras capture her last known moments at a local casino. Then, silence. 7 days later, her body is discovered at the bottom of a 25-foot flood control well in a remote, fenced-off park. The official ruling? Accidental death from blunt force trauma. But her family and many others believe it was murder. More than 11 years later, in 2026, the mysterious death of Janina Vasquez remains shrouded in unanswered questions. Janina Marie Vasquez was a creative, kind-hearted young woman with a big smile and a gentle spirit. She loved animals. She even named her dog Ziggy Marley and dreamed of a better life. But by her late 20s, Janina faced significant challenges. She suffered from chronic pain, frequent seizures, post-traumatic stress disorder, and took multiple medications for pain and anxiety. These conditions made everyday tasks difficult. She didn't drive and relied on others for transportation. In early 2015, Janina was living with her mother, Jenny Cochran, and stepfather in Overland Park, Kansas, just across the state line from Kansas City, Missouri. Her mother described her as someone who didn't socialize much, but was excited about going out that night. On the evening of February 11, 2015, Janina's parents were out. She texted her mother saying she was going to spend the night with friends named Alan and Nicole, names her mother had never heard before. Jenny was happy her daughter was getting out, but didn't think much of it at the time. That was the last direct communication from Janina. The next day, February 12th, surveillance footage from the Isle of Capri Casino in Kansas City shows Janina arriving and spending time there. She appears alone in some clips, casually dressed in a gray Victoria's Secret sweatsuit. Around 7:40 p.m., cameras capture her leaving the casino and getting into a red four-door sedan, possibly a newer model Ford Taurus, driven by an unidentified person. That red car becomes a key piece of the puzzle. Witnesses and footage suggest someone dropped her off or picked her up, but no one has ever come forward to explain who was behind the wheel. Janina never returned home. When she didn't respond to texts and missed plans, her family grew worried. On February 13th, they reported her missing. Searches began, but in the freezing February weather, leads were scarce. 7 days later, on February 19, 2015, a city worker made a grim discovery. Janina's body at the bottom of a deep flood control well in Richard Berkeley Riverfront Park, less than a mile from the casino. The well was in a remote, secured area behind a locked fence with barbed wire. A heavy steel grate covered the opening, designed to prevent anything from falling in. Janina was found partially undressed, her sweatshirt jacket tied around her waist, no socks, no underwear, no bra. Her phone was in one boot, her ID in the other. Her burgundy North Face backpack was missing entirely. The autopsy revealed the cause of death: severe blunt force trauma to the back of the head, strong enough to kill her almost instantly. Both wrists were fractured. Despite these violent injuries, authorities ruled her death accidental, suggesting she fell into the well herself. But Janina's mother, Jenny Cochran, has never accepted that explanation, and many agree with her. How could someone with seizures and physical limitations climb a fenced barrier with barbed wire, remove the heavy grate, and fall 25 feet, especially in freezing weather, while medicated? Why was she partially undressed? And perhaps most chilling, over a year later, police revealed to the family that Janina made a 911 call from the bottom of the well on the night she disappeared, February 12th. She called for help, but the call dropped before operators could get a full location. Responders searched the park briefly, but didn't check the well and left. The family only learned about this call months after her death, adding to their frustration and belief that crucial time was lost. Investigators looked into Alan and Nicole, the red car driver, and others in Janina's circle, but no charges were ever filed. The case was initially treated as suspicious, but eventually closed as accidental. Jenny Cochran founded a group called Justice for Janina, later We Are Their Voice, to advocate for victims and keep her daughter's story alive. As of 2026, no new developments have been reported.
Janina's family still distributes flyers, shares surveillance images of the red car, and pleads for tips. In a city like Kansas City, someone out there knows something about that car, those friends, or what really happened in those missing hours. Janina Vasquez deserved better. She deserved answers. 11 years on, her mysterious death continues to haunt her loved ones and anyone who hears her story. Thank you for watching. What do you think happened to Janina? Was it a tragic accident or something far more sinister? Comment below, subscribe for more unsolved mysteries, and help keep cases like this in the light.